Today we are making quick turkey rice soup, which is a great recipe to use after Thanksgiving when you have some leftover turkey, or any time during the year when you've got leftover chicken or turkey. This is a really quick recipe, really tasty, and you can make a lot of variations with it. So the first step, of course, is washing your hands, which I just did. So I'm going to dry them off with a paper towel. And let's get going on our soup. So we're going to light the burner. And we're going to add 2 teaspoons of olive oil. And then saute some vegetables. So we have 1 cup of onion. Going to add that in. We have 1 minced garlic clove. And we have 1 cup of sliced white mushrooms. You could also use canned mushrooms. They work just fine, but today we're using fresh. And if you don't have fresh garlic on hand, you can also use garlic salt. So now this is going to heat up. We're going to saute this for about 5 minutes. Okay, so while it starts cooking, we're going to make sure everything else is ready for the recipe. Later on, we're going to be adding broccoli, 2 cups of frozen or fresh chopped broccoli. I just dumped the frozen broccoli into the bowl, but we want to have a little bit smaller pieces. So we're going to cut up the pieces so they'll be easier to eat in our final product. So this recipe is low in sodium because we're using low sodium chicken broth and low sodium cream of chicken soup. It's fairly high in fiber because we have brown rice, and it's got lots of other vitamins and minerals to keep us healthy through the winter. So these vegetables are sauteing. They're starting to smell really good. And you know, a minute ago I think I mentioned to use garlic salt instead of minced garlic, but actually use garlic powder to keep the sodium low. So again, this is going to saute for 5 minutes. Then we'll come back and add the rest of our ingredients. It's been about 5 minutes. The vegetables are smelling really good, and the onions are transparent, so we know that they're done and we're ready to add the rest of our ingredients. You wouldn't really have to saute these first ingredients, but it does add more flavor to the recipe. So next we're going to add 1 15-ounce can of diced tomatoes, 3 14-ounce cans of low-sodium chicken broth, and again, this is a really quick recipe. Only takes about a half an hour from start to finish. But if you want to have something around all day, or if you don't have time to put it all together and wait a half an hour, you want to serve it later in the day, then you can do this in the crock pot, and it works really well. We're also going to add a can of cream of chicken soup, low sodium, and it does cost a little bit more, but we chose to add low sodium today. And then lastly, we have 1 cup of instant brown rice. So the instant brown rice will cook quickly, but it will add some fiber and texture to our recipe. So now we're going to let this cook for about 15 to 20 minutes, simmer it on the stove, and let the rice absorb the liquid, and we'll come back after 15 or 20 minutes. It's been about 15 or 20 minutes, and our soup looks delicious, it smells delicious, and we're ready to add the final ingredients. So now we're going to add 2 cups of chopped broccoli. It can be frozen or fresh. We'll put that in and let it start heating. Trying to be careful so it doesn't splash. And then we're going to add 2 cups of turkey or chicken. So we're going to let this heat for about 5 more minutes, and then we'll come back and our soup will be finished. So now the broccoli should be just about heated through. Doesn't take very long. We're just warming up that frozen broccoli. And now I'm going to taste the soup to make sure that it's seasoned how I like it. Otherwise, we'll add some salt and pepper. It's just how I like it. It's a great meal for your whole family at only $1.40 per serving.